Okay, good morning. Want to welcome everybody. It is our usual NOMBERG Law live on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and we're at the end of the year. And yes, you see who is my guest. He's here once a year for our annual year in review. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing great. It's an honor to be allowed on this platform to recap the year, since I don't get to do anything else. I don't get to speak, so it's nice that I get this one shot.
Well, certainly, and your appearance fee check will be Venmo'd later today. So
awesome.
Thank you for gracing us with your appearance. But guys,
the least I can do.
Say the least you can do, yeah. As we do at this time of the year, we do our year in recap for our firm, and we're so proud of the work that we do for serving all of our clients every year, but particularly in the hardest of years that we've had, 2020. And while the word pandemic has been used by everybody every day, we can't avoid what we've done this year and how we've been able to serve our clients and remain open throughout this entire year with no interruption of business. And Dave, I've been so proud of the way we've handled all of that.
Absolutely. Our team was amazing this year, and like everyone else, we had to adjust, and I thought our team did a great job with that.
They did. In the years prior, we had been moving our firm into the cloud and online and as paperless as we could be. So we really were not caught that much off guard by going to a virtual practice or an online practice. We had employees and attorneys working telecommuting, if you will, from their homes at times. We had a rotating basis. But the thing that we were able to do is continue to practice law. And we didn't miss a beat from that standpoint. The court system caught up and was able to continue practicing with our practice, not necessarily being a jury-based practice, but a bench practice for the most part, for the work comp part of our firm. Dave, what did you think how did that, I guess, pivot into an advantage for our clients and communication and the way we were able to provide answers for them?
Fortunately, we had a lot of these things in place before March of 2020, ways to communicate with clients when we weren't meeting in the office, ways our staff was able to work from home before the pandemic. So it's not like we had planned for the pandemic. By no means had we done that, but we had just through innovation and technology, we kind of grasped and implemented those things. And the key for us as a law firm and lawyers to provide the best service to our clients is to be able to communicate with them. Mm-hmm. And whether it's email or texting or faxing or phone, that was all available to us and to our clients. And we're able to continue to serve them, to prepare lawsuits and file them when necessary, to go to court when necessary, and to make sure that they are getting all of the benefits that they're supposed to get in a timely fashion.
Yeah, one of the things, the way that we were able to hopefully calm some fears and to help people with some of the issues they may have been dealing outside of the work that we were doing for them, is I held a series of discussions, over 20 of them, in the late spring, early summer, with experts, business people, and others in our community that discussed a variety of topics that, at least I know on my mind, I know from our discussions, they were on your family's mind, about how to deal with certain aspects of society during the pandemic. We've got all of these videos, as we do all of our talks, discussions, all of our videos are on the NOMBERG Law Firm YouTube channel. And Dave, it's grown to over 800 videos now, with many, many more planned, and I'll get to that in a few minutes. But this series of videos or discussions that I held were with retail store owners, restaurant owners, therapists, how to deal with things like that, family planning, oh gosh, there were so many of them, but I was so pleased at how all of these people not only stepped up and held these conversations with me, but they provided such valuable professional and expert information in each of these. Let's see, after we did those, we just continued to do our videos on the law. We continued with NOMBERG Law Live. But one of the things that we also did, Dave, is we expanded our practice in our firm this year.
Yeah. For so many years, it's been me and you, and of course, and Dad is our of counsel. But for the longest time, just two lawyers practicing every day. And then all of a sudden, we went from 2 lawyers to 4 lawyers. And it's been great. We welcome John Davis, who has been practicing law for more than 30 years. And John's helping us grow our Social Security disability practice and does a fantastic job with our clients. And then this summer, Steve Altman joined our firm. Steve's been practicing for, I think, 28 years now. And Steve is a bankruptcy specialist. So we've never helped people with bankruptcy. Bernard and I have never done any bankruptcy work, but Steve's an old friend of ours. He was looking for a new firm after his firm kind of broke up or dissolved. And it was a good fit for us and for Steve. And we're so glad that he joined us. And he helps people with bankruptcy issues along with working out financial workouts with creditors, and does a great job. He's well respected in the bankruptcy world.
Yeah, both of these men have added much value to our practice. They both are experts in their respective fields. And even better than that, they're such great guys. They're nice guys to be around. The clients really learn a lot from them. And I think, as at least the way we see the practice of law, part of your job is to reduce the stress of your clients by providing answers and letting them know what their options, what they're looking at, because that's the greatest fear when you're laying in bed late at night and you don't know about whatever these stressful matters are from a legal perspective. Well, John and Steve, that's what they do. And it leads me back to our YouTube channel. That's why we put so much information out there. It's because people just don't know certain things from a legal standpoint, and we're not always available by phone. We try to return phone calls the same business day, but sometimes that gets away from us. But communication has always been one of the key things in our firm, to be able to communicate. Now, we may not have the answers you are hoping to get, but they're going to be the answers that we feel that are the best served for you and what you need to know. And one of the ways we do that is through social media. And we have a multitude of live things that we do each week, as well as videos that we upload to YouTube about the law. But the thing that I guess I'm most proud of is our NOMBERG Law Live series. We've done about 185 of these over 3 years. And we've got guests lined up for the next couple of months and going forward. Each Tuesday, they're with lawyers, business owners, yoga instructors, baseball execs, you name it. It's all over the board. We don't just stick to lawyer talk, because that can be a snooze fest. But Dave, are there any that have come to mind recently that you thought were better than some of the others, or any of your favorites in there?
I'll tell you, one that jumps out was one I think you did in November, interviewed Bill Baxley, former Attorney General and Lieutenant Governor of the state of Alabama. And Bill's got story after story that can fill books, and he's a living legal legend in our state. So that was a good one. And as far as some have been very topical, very timely. You brought in people to discuss elections in October. You've had sports figures who've come in and talked about different business side of sports and what's going on the field. So yeah, very timely, topical subjects as well.
Well, speaking of Mr. Baxley, I may have to have round 2 with him in this spring or sometime next year. You're right. His stories, we could have been there for hours. So entertaining, and just such a well accomplished lawyer, and he's done so much good for the state of Alabama and for many people. But you're right about Mr. Baxley. But we do try to bring some of them timely. If something's coming up, an upcoming season, an upcoming election, those kind of things, I try my best. And this is all voluntary. Nobody's getting paid anything here, but I really do enjoy those conversations. And my tagline has always been interesting conversations with people in their areas of expertise. And so that's how we pick and choose who comes on the show. But we've also done so many other things. We've got a show that we do the last Thursday of each month that we have called Alabama Work Comp Today. We're going to rebrand it as Work Comp Today, because it's not just about Alabama law. It's about laws and things that are timely in our country, dealing with employers, employees, and independent contractors. And we've had some interesting guests, haven't we, Dave?
Certainly have. And each month we bring on a friend from a different state, from around the country, someone that's a member of the Workers' Injury Law Advocacy Group, which is a nationwide group of lawyers who help injured workers. So we've had friends from all over the country, and obviously this technology that we're using makes it easy for us to bring them on and have a nice discussion with them about what's going on in the world of work comp.
And it really is interesting from the different states that they practice in, when we do a comparison to our state's laws with their home states. It's vastly different in a lot of regards, but a lot of similarities. But just, it's interesting, and it's great perspective to learn from our fellow practitioners in different parts of the country. Another thing that Dave and I both enjoy doing is speaking at seminars. Whether we're in person, which that's the preferred way, you get to interact with colleagues, old friends, new friends, etc. But this year with the pandemic, everything has gone online. But gosh, we've probably spoken at half a dozen to 10 different seminars this year.
That's right. And while we'd rather be in person, it's also allowed us to speak to lawyers from around the country by doing all this online, which has been great. And our talks have focused on running a virtual office during the pandemic. We've talked about work comp, mediating work comp claims, social media's impact on the legal profession and our clients. Any other topics that we've
telecommuting?
That's right. Yeah. Telecommuting and the work comp claim, meaning that workers aren't always working in the traditional brick and mortar or warehouse setting. They're working from home, and that's the remote worker, the telecommuter. And we're going to have more of those cases where people get hurt at home. So we did a national review of about 10 cases from the last 20 years on that topic.
And that's a topic that's only going to grow in the next several years. The other, I guess one of the other things that we really pride ourselves on with our firm is giving back to the community, whether it's here in Birmingham, our local community, or the state of Alabama, or even nationwide. We try to pick those things that are important to us that we think will give an impact. And we call it NOMBERG Law Firm Cares, NLF Cares. And there's a section on our website that'll show you some of the endeavors that we do. But I wanted to share just a little bit about some of the things that we've done this year. And Dave, what did we do this past week that really impacted 50 to 70 families?
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, we partnered up with the Vine Church here in Birmingham for their monthly food distribution. Towards the end of the month, they give out food and toiletries and other things for families in need. And we really liked that project. We wanted a hands-on project. And we've been helping out with them monthly. We took a bit of a pause during the pandemic, but this past week, we purchased 70 turkeys, and those were given away to families in need last week. And it felt really good for us to be out there doing that, making sure that people would have a turkey for Christmas. That was important. And the line was stretched around the block. Actually, the police had to come and help direct traffic. but it was a really good feeling to get to help.
And just interacting and just the genuine emotions that not only the people who were in the line receiving, but frankly from us. It was just one of those moments I really look forward to each year. And there was so much by way of non-perishable donations. They had a lot left over. So my girls and I went downtown with, I think, 12 or 13 boxes of non-perishables and donated them to the downtown warming station, which those were very excitedly received by those downtown. So none of it went to waste. I was very pleased about that. Another entity that our families have been very much involved in for many years is Heart Gallery Alabama. And I'm very pleased that Dave this year was elected the chairman of the board of directors. And so congrats, Dave. And I've seen all the work you've been doing. I know that it comes from a place of love and kindness. And for those of you who don't know, Dave, tell what Heart Gallery Alabama is and what it's.
Sure. Yes, I'm gonna read. We sent out some holiday cards this year to some lawyers and friends and law firms, and I'm just going to show you that. And what we did was we supported Heart Gallery financially as well. And I'm going to read to you what Heart Gallery is from this card. It says, a donation has been made in your honor to Heart Gallery Alabama, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to finding forever families for children in Alabama's foster care system by raising awareness and educating the public. This is a great organization. It's very well run. It's doing a lot of good. You can visit heartgalleryalabama.com for more information. But basically, we have volunteer photographers who take pictures of kids, who record them, video record, and that information is posted online and through different news stations share that information out. And it's bringing awareness to kids in Alabama's foster care system with the end goal to find their forever family. So it's just a wonderful, important organization.
In the 15 years since it's been in existence, thousands of children have been photographed and videoed who were in the foster care system, and hundreds of them have found their forever family. So thank you for continuing that work, Dave. Another organization that we're involved in our family and our firm is the Susan G. Komen Foundation, which is a nationwide fundraising and education organization for breast cancer awareness and fighting to eradicate that disease. Well, our firm has always participated in the annual Race for the Cure in downtown Birmingham. We're members of Team Kate Has Hope, which is in part named in memory of my late wife, Karen. Well, they did not have a actual race because of the pandemic, so there were not really a fundraising opportunities. But I was so proud of my younger daughter, Emily, who created her own fundraiser, M's 24 and 24, over in Athens, Georgia in September. She raised over $13,000 by running 24 miles in 24 hours, 1 mile an hour. She had over 40 friends and family run with her at different times, over 250 donations. And this past week, she made a big check presentation to Komen. And I was so proud of her, and I was proud of the firm for supporting the efforts. And hopefully next year, we'll get back to maybe an in-person fundraiser and race, but we've always participated with the Komen fundraising each year. So that was another thing that we did. And I think that leads us to, where are we going in 2021 with our practice? Dave, you get out the crystal ball and kind of guide us a little bit on that.
Well, I have no doubt that we are going to stay busy helping people who get hurt at work, who need help filing for Social Security disability benefits. Steve's going to take care of people who are in financial trouble through bankruptcy and financial creditor workouts. And of course, if people are hurt in car accidents or other have personal injury accidents, we will be able to assist them as well. I hope we get this pandemic behind us quickly, with more and more people being vaccinated, hopefully by 3-4 months into 2021, maybe 6 months in. Most everyone will be vaccinated and we can get back to some normalcy. But we've learned a lot in 2020. I think we'll be better for it in 2021. And I look forward to us just continuing doing what we're doing.
As do I, and that's part of our purpose. That's part of why we do what we do. It's to help those who are in need of help. And whether it's a legal issue or you just want to reach out and communicate with us, we'll always be there. And our phone number and address and everything is easy to obtain. If you want to be on our quarterly newsletter or our monthly e-newsletter, just send us a message, whatever contact information, just call us at 205-930-6900. That's our phone number. NOMBERGLAW.com is our website. Attached to this video, I'll put the links to all the nonprofits we mentioned, as well as to our social media links. And Dave, I'll give you the last word as we close our year in review.
Just continue to be safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, social distance, and love your neighbor.
Amen to all of that. Guys, thank you for such a trying but successful 2020. We look forward to seeing you here on NOMBERG Law Live next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific. Happy New Year, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.